let's cross our fingers, our toes, our eyes. It's working. I love it. Uh-oh, I gotta do a couple of other things here. Welcome everybody as I'm setting up. Show will get going in. There we go. Get going in about 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes now. There we go. Perfect. Wow. On the new set, not fine-tuned yet, but we're getting there. On the new set, and we are checking things out. And this is kind of nice. Very slick. I'm going to tell you that much. Boy, new computer. So it's so much faster. And getting things set up. How are things going out there? That's what I want to know. Who's with me tonight and how are things going? Oh, we got to see if we can bring this up. That would be good. I can see the comments. There we go. Yep, there we are. There we have it. Nice. Welcome. We're going to get going in about 6.5 minutes, but before that, hit me in the comments. Love the love. Thank you for showing me the love. Yay. I tell you, I stress over all this stuff not working right, and then it works right. Probably going to have a little bit of echo in that tonight, but we're fine-tuning the studio as we go. This is kind of more, you know, we'll deaden out the space and everything as we go. Yeah, practice looking into the camera a little bit more. It's up more high, and we're, oh yeah, I gotta stop looking at comments and all that good stuff. So anyway, show me some love tonight. Give me the comments. What are you up to this week? How was your weekend? What's been going on in your life? As I'm gonna get everything set up here, I'm gonna look on you. We're on Facebook and YouTube tonight. It's going out pretty good and live. Don't know if I'm too hasty there or not, but we will. Oh, weird. I lost everything in my. Okay, there we go. Can't keep a pull lock down. That's what I always say. Can't keep a pull lock down. There we go. And as I bring the YouTube up. Hopefully it comes up. As I bring YouTube up here. Tell me about your week. Give me in the comments if there's any. Hi, Kyle. How are things going? And let me know what is going on in your neck of the woods tonight. Kyle, you having some good fun up there? I hope so. Join in, check in. It's my new... It's like getting new, it's like moving into a new house. Get the whole setup. Studio's a little bit bigger, a lot more comfortable, but getting everything fine-tuned and set up, and it's kind of unnerving a little bit. You hope everything flows well. The lighting, I look a little too bright, I think, but that's just me. There we go. Now I can bring this up. Nice. Got about 4 minutes left before the show. Tonight we're talking about be, have, and build a better product, right? We're going to talk about getting your stop procrastinating, get starting your business today. Start your business right now. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. As you roll in here, let me know who's on tonight. You know, there's this thing in our industry called lurkers. I'll stop touching things. Stop touching things. Lurkers, and they're out there. And you go on after the broadcast, and I see that there's hundreds of people watching, and yet the comments are always the few that are within there. Come on out of the closet, as we want to say. Come out from behind the curtain and let us know who you are. throw me a comment in there and say, hey, hi, anything. We'll let me know who you are in there. So, well, I tell you, I gotta be honest. I think the video in YouTube is looking much better than in Facebook. What is the deal with that? Why is the quality different? I wonder why that is. But we're gonna get going in 2.5 minutes from now. How was your week? What's going on? Big question of the day is, are you ready for Halloween? Only got about a couple more weeks to go. 2.5 weeks to go. So give me a heck yeah or something. Are you ready for Halloween? Are things going well for you in that? You got your costume? What are you going to go as? I think I'm going to go as Dave. No? Ember will probably tell me what I'm going to go as. Probably sitting at home. Yeah. We'll probably just sit at home and wait for no one to come to our door. Got about 1.5 minutes coming up here, and cheers. Time to get your beverage of choice, your snack. Cozy on over. I know I'm on early tonight, but we live in a condo, and having a big condo association meeting tonight, so I have to be present for that. And so I had to go on early because they decided to have it on a Tuesday night at 6:30. What's wrong with that picture? They didn't call me for the approval. Yeah. It was not a good thing to do. So, but tonight we're going to stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating and get going on your business. Get that started. Whatever that is. And it can be anything. I'm going to give you a few examples of that. But yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. A little under a minute to go. Hit me in the comments as you go. And if you're a lurker, stop lurking. Stop lurking in the background. Say hi. We're one big family here, so make sure you let us know who you are. There we go. Perfect. I'm all set. Are you? Less than 20 seconds to go to the show. The big show. Yeah. Too much enthusiasm, I think. Too much enthusiasm. There we go. Welcome everybody to the Tonight Show. I'm Dave Stelma. If you didn't know me, I don't know how you found me, but tonight we're going to talk about be, have, and build a better product right after the intro. You remember this lady? Huh? Do you remember this lady? The Chewbacca mom? Otherwise known as Candace Payne, right? Well, first segment tonight is going to be about being the unique product. The unique product being you. People that are going to be in this category: singers, songwriters, musicians, speakers, inspirational speakers. You're the product. You're the product, and everything along the way is going to be marketing you. And so then what you have to do is you have to always be prepared, or as they used to say, you have to dig the ditches before it rains. But being prepared is having everything in place so when that big moment happens, you're not caught empty-handed. And so with Candace Payne, the Chewbacca mom, she put out different videos along the way, and all of a sudden, what happened? She put out she sat in the Target parking lot, she found this mask, she put it on in there, and she just started to laugh. It just hit her in the heart, and what did that do to all of America when they were watching her? I can't hear you. A little bit louder. That's right. That's right. they started to smile. They started to laugh. They started to laugh with her. And it caught on fire. And what was she? She was ready for this. You know what she did? Everybody knows what she did because you saw her every place, right? She was on every talk show. Ellen. She was on the James Corden. She was on every show. Today Show. Good Morning America. She was on every show that could book her, and she booked every show along the way. And why did she do that? Why did she do that? Because Candace had a plan. Candace always had in the back pocket where she spoke at her church. She spoke, she did all different speaking events for women and empowering women. And so she took that to the next level. And as soon as she had the notoriety, that was all the marketing she needed. She caught on fire that way. She started to go out and do all these events, and then she utilized that to get speaking. If you go on her website now, Candace Payne, I believe it's CandacePayne.me. I think it's .me. But if you go seek her out, she's booked all summer long for speaking events. And she now has found that as being her tribe. So she had the motive, she had everything in place, she dug her ditches so when it would rain, it could pour and she'll be totally fine. And she was going to be using that as a marketing tool to launch her career and keep cultivating it. Has she put out different videos since then? Oh, sure. Yeah. Have they all caught on fire? Nope, not yet. But there may be another one that catches on fire along the way. And then she'll be ready for that one too. But she utilized that as a marketing tool. If you get today's news, the email newsletter that I put out, the little musings that I put out every day with a little point to bring it home for your business. I spoke about, I put on there about Candace and the whole thing that happened. Now, as soon as that went viral, what happened within a few days? Target gave her a call because she mentioned Target. I just came out of Target with this mask, and I got this mask, and she put it on, and then she started doing it, and it started making the Chewbacca noise, and she started just laughing and laughing and laughing, and she has a very contagious laugh that caught on like wildfire. And so she made sure she mentioned Target. That was in there. She talked about the mask. So what happened last year this time? We sold out of those Chewbacca masks like you couldn't find one anywhere. And then, which J.J. Abrams loved, or Disney loved, and all the people that own the royalties for that loved, because then it blew it out and they made tons of money on that. Target loved it because all of a sudden it brought all these people into Target. She was a good figure. She wasn't a good role model, I should say. And she went out there and Target latched right on her. This is a Target mom. So they started pumping it, and then they put out a video of how they went to her home and greeted her and then gave her all these, I don't know, Target points and all this stuff that she could spend as far as Target goes. So it upped the game even more. And she utilized that because then from there, it just kept going farther and farther, and she got booked on all these things, and she made herself available. She didn't say, no, I just want to do a video. I don't want to I don't want the limelight. She was ready for the limelight. She used it as a marketing tool. So when you are the product, you have to constantly put new material out, but you're trying to do it in a unique way that's going to make people smile. Now, if you're a band, it's a little bit different because you're not trying to find a goofy thing. You're not trying to do, but you're trying to find something that just might catch somebody's attention and bring you up to the next level, right? So even if you're a serious band or if you're a serious musician, you want to do something that's going to bring it, propel you out in and get more hits, more notoriety, on YouTube, Facebook. She used Facebook for that original video, but it's also launched into YouTube, right? And then it's held up in YouTube, or how do I want to put it? Its longevity is going to be in YouTube as far as out there, and then other ones will latch onto it to try to coattail onto that. So after that happened, you see a lot, well, even prior to that, but after that happened, you saw a lot of people try to replicate this. They tried to replicate the Chewbacca mom because they thought, boy, if she can get on Ellen, or she can get on the Today Show, or Good Morning America, or any of those morning shows or talk shows or anything, maybe I could do that if I just replicate what she did with something else. But you don't always know what's going to catch on fire. In this case, it really worked. I think she's got a genuine personality. She utilized it to the max. So I give thumbs up on that. But this is when you're the unique product. So think about that to yourself. Write down, what are my unique traits? Am I funny? Am I, serious? You can be serious and get the same notoriety. It's just, what are you going to utilize for your tool? And you're that unique product. So what is your uniqueness? So I want you to think about that. What is your uniqueness? And I'm going to give you 3 different aspects tonight, but if you have all 3, that's the trifecta. That's called a trifecta, where if you have all 3 of these together, you're going to soar just immensely and quickly, and probably faster than lightning speed itself, if you have all 3. Now, if you only have 1, that's fine, but it's not going to go as fast. You never know what's going to, like in this case, you're not going to know what's going to catch on fire. She didn't have a specific product in that, which I'm going to hit onto next. But if you can do 1, 2, or all 3 of these, you're going to go very far in as far as your business goes. So that brings me to the next one. Let's invent the unique product. Throughout the years, in the comments, hit me what your favorite unique product was. There was a Snuggie. There was Furbies. I remember Furbies back in the day. At one point, what would be another one that of the unique ones? Ember and I love to watch. I'm going to admit to this. This is my guilty pleasure. Ember and I love to watch QVC. And I love to watch QVC for the reasoning of 2 things. 1, products. I'm always amazed at how someone can talk to, or David on Wednesday nights and Sundays, talking about kitchen products. It can be the same. It can be a container that has a seal on it, and they're going to talk for 20 minutes about the uniqueness of this seal on this container. And I'm always amazed how you can go on and on and on about that. And then what amazes me more is that people then all of a sudden call in and go, oh my gosh, I didn't know it came in cranberry. I just love it, So what is your favorite? In the comments, hit me what your favorite, even after the show, if you're watching. Tell me what your favorite all-time unique product was. I'm going to go back to the Pet Rock. Back in the 70s, 1976, in fact, the Pet Rock came out. It was born out of basically a drunken night. I shouldn't say drunken, but it was born in a bar. And after a few cocktails, the gentleman then the discussion turned to, what kind of pet do you have? What kind of pet do you have? And then he said, oh, I got a rock for a pet. And they're like, a rock? That's crazy. That's great. Go home, sleep it off. And out of that, it just kept, he was a marketing guy. He was in advertising. He was a copywriter, actually a very poor copywriter for advertising. And he, then it just kept gnawing at him. It's like, if I could just sell this rock, and then it was a pet rock. And what really sealed the deal, then it just gnawed at him until he really sealed the deal, was all about the marketing and the packaging. As you can see there, put it in this box. He'd send you the box with the holes in it so it could breathe. It was a pet. He talked to it as a pet. And if you get the newsletter, you're going to see this one tomorrow morning. I'll go into greater detail about that. But the manual that came with it was ingenious. He talked about it as if it was a cat or a dog or something of that sort. If the pet rock, if it gave you signals like it had to do something or was impatient when you took it out of the box, you're supposed to get an old newspaper, and set it on the old newspaper. And don't worry, it'll know what to do because the pet rock comes fully trained. He went through a whole little manual on that. And that's what really sparked it off, because then he got airplay on, back in the day, this is 1976. Who was the original, or one of the original host of the Tonight Show? Johnny Carson. And he got on there with Johnny Carson, and that came on I think that year, or the year, I think it was that year. Anyway, came on. And so Johnny's reading different things, excerpts out of that manual, right? So you have this user's manual for your pet rock. And that's what really sold it. Because all it was a rock that he bought for, I believe it was like a penny per rock from Mexico, a little bit of straw or moss straw that was in the bottom of the box. And then there came with, as you can see on there, a leash and the manual for your pet rock. And people were decorating these pet rocks. They were doing things. And even now you can see videos on that for that. But this is 1976. This was a $2 million idea. Now, how did it last? Was it something perpetuated itself over and over and over again? No, it wasn't. But at that moment in time, it was a $2 million idea, which set him up for life. He had some investors. So eventually he had to pay the investors more because they invested in for a percentage of it, and they had to pay him more. But it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars, but hundreds of thousands of dollars out of $2 million isn't that big of a deal. But it set him up for $2 million in that. And so it was just a great, phenomenal aspect. Now, are there other things along the way? You bet. What's the latest one this year? Fidget spinners, right? And if you watch the Shark Tank, we just saw a variation of the fidget spinner. A gentleman that was on there, I'm sure they taped this, 3 months ago or 4 months ago or so. But he came on with a variation off of it. Now, fidget spinners now are like the greatest thing. Now, if you had the pet rock today that happened, you would have knockoffs within 6 months. You would have knockoffs of that. You would have a cheaper way of doing it. It wouldn't be a full rock. It would be a plastic rock, or it would be a fabricated rock, or it would be something else. And so there was, nowadays it's a little bit different when you come out with that invention, that new product, because there's a lot of ways to knock those things off very, very quickly with China and different foreign markets that are in play. So you have to guard those. You have to trademark ahead of time. You have to patent things ahead of time. And you're going to spend a lot of time then probably trying to sue these other knockoffs for patent infringements. But, depending upon what it is. But products along the way. There we go. I'm checking out the comments if there was any other ones on there. Well, there you go. Hi, Gabe. Hi, Courtney. Want to say hi to you guys. Miss you very much. But there's all different products. So be the unique product. If you're going to invent something or you have an invention, that's another way that you can do it, right? You can be the unique, you can yourself be the unique product, or you can invent the unique product that's going to soar your business to new heights. Now, if you put the two of those in combination, you are a unique product and then you invent a unique product. It's hard for me to say unique, but you'll invent a unique product. That is a double whammy, right? So now it's you and the product. So that has even greater longevity because no one can be you. Only you can be you. And that's going to be a double whammy. So if you have a great product to go with it, then you go farther. Speakers are a great example of this. Generally, a speaker is always going to have a book, or they're going to have a course, or they're going to have something else that's a part of them. Those are all marketing tools. I'm surprised you're buying the person. So if you're into Wayne Dyer, Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, any of those people that's unique to you, you're going to be. Thanks for the love. Thanks for all the love, guys. But you're going to be, you're buying the product, and the product is them. When you buy a course by Tony Robbins, you're buying Tony Robbins, and the course is just a side, is like an hors d'oeuvre. It's an appetizer for Tony, right? You're going to go to a Tony Robbins event. You're going to go to, all these different things about Tony Robbins if you get revved up and over Tony Robbins. So it's the person, and then it's the unique product that they're going to sell you, right? So make sure that when you're starting your business, think about this. Is there a unique product that you can put with yourself? And don't compare yourself or your product to anyone or anything else, because you are going to be the thing that makes the product unique. They don't have you as a salesperson. They don't have you as the inventor. They don't have you at all. I love watching Shark Tank because I love to watch it for the presentations, and the numbers, I really don't care about the numbers. And as you see, sometimes it goes one way and sometimes it goes another with those, because with the sharks, because sometimes they buy just into the person, and that person is the unique product. There's many times that it's on there. It's like the wheel is a wheel. You can't reinvent the wheel. You haven't made the wheel any better, but we like you, and I'm buying into what you're selling and what you're doing and who you are on social media or however it is that they market. So as you go through and you're analyzing do you have a unique product that you can market and make your unique business, or are you the unique product? So as you're looking at those two things, look at, start making a list in your mind. What is my uniqueness? And those of us that don't have an ego will probably sit there and go, well, I'm the same as everybody else. I'm the same old Joe, as somebody else, same old Dave. But your uniqueness is what's going to travel and make you travel farther in this and get farther faster. But I work with people all the time that now we have to rediscover, or we have to discover their uniqueness because they've been held back by people that they surround themselves with and different things of that sort. But it's peeling the layers off the onion, and eventually you get to the sweet core, right? Now, if you don't have a product, it's okay, because you can then, and if you're not the unique product, you can develop that too. But it's okay because you can reinvent the mousetrap. And by reinventing the mousetrap, I mean you can take a product that's out there, and I love this. I could talk for hours about Dyson. Love Dyson. Have a Dyson. I don't own any stock in Dyson, so I can talk freely about Dyson. Dyson didn't invent the vacuum. That was the first product. But they reinvented the product. They made it better. They kept pushing and saying, I can do something better with this. I can make something better. Now, there's other ones that are out there. Tesla. Tesla is not reinventing the electric car. They're just developing it and trying to make it better and be the uniqueness that it is. They're reinventing what it is and the quality. And what they're trying to do is and what they're striving to do and what they are doing in both cases. Dyson now, when he started coming out with these and he patented the ideas. Lucky him. He was smart enough to do that. And patented the ideas because then the competitors, now if you go into any store that sells vacuums, it's funny how all those competitors that told him no, Hoover, what was the other one? I know Hoover was definitely one that just said, this is crazy. You don't, this isn't even a design. We don't, go away. And so they shooped him out the door and he was like, well, forget it. I'll just build it myself. And so prototype after prototype, and finally he got the one, no belts, works off the motor itself. The suction is there. My Dyson, my canister, or my full-size Dyson, upright Dyson, is probably 15 years old, somewhere in that range, and still has incredible suction power. There's no belts, never replaced anything, has a filter that you clean periodically, probably not as much as I should, but it's incredible. And so Dyson didn't reinvent, or he didn't invent the vacuum, he reinvented it. And it's amazing now how all his competitors compare themselves to a Dyson, and they compare themselves to the look of a Dyson. They redesigned theirs to look like a Dyson. They don't come, now they're going through a struggle of trying to reinvent their image because Dyson blows them out of the water. And they can either pay them rights to use the patent, the different designs, or they can try to redesign their own product, right? And because their competitors blowing them out of the water. And they're not cheap, but they last a long time. Now, 15 years ago, when I paid, I think, $400 or $450 for that vacuum, everybody went, oh my gosh, why are you paying for that? You can get a cheap one for probably $100 on a sale, or something of that sort. I'm like, I know, I'm going to get a Dyson. I'm going to get a Dyson. I've never regretted it ever since. And since then, we have the Dyson Stick now. Incredible. Now you see on there the hand dryers that are out there. They reinvented how hand drying is. Instead of putting underneath the blow dryer, instead of using paper towels, now you just take it in there, swipe once, and you're done. It's amazing. Heaters, fans, fanless fans. Now, if you would have told me or told someone, there's going to be fanless fans, I can't even fathom it, but they came up with it. And they work beautifully. So they just repackaging, redesigning, and if you watch any of the commercials, now for a shy person, and he is a shy person, the owner now comes on and does all the commercials for Dyson, right? And being a withdrawn and shy person, you remember him. Beautiful British accent, wonderful person, tells his story well. So now you have all three in alignment, and not necessarily, but you think that the product is unique and the product is a unique product. So you have 2 and 3 kind of together because it's a redesign of what the product was. He didn't invent, hey, let's come up with something that blows air. Oh, we'll call it a fan. No, but he redesigned of how a fan works. It's safe. You can have it around children. You can have the fans that create heat. You can have the fans that cool. So it's all right there. And the hand dryers and the vacuums that are within there. The suction power is incredible. And all the different attachments to it. So that's what I use for my example is Dyson. Dyson is an incredible company, but they didn't They didn't invent anything. They just reinvented how we perceive it. Same thing that's going on with Tesla. Once they get everything in alignment, electric cars are going to be huge. Their solar shingles, once they get those up and running, as far as mass production goes, those are going to be a huge innovative technology that we're going to be using and going forward, and it's going to be incredible once Tesla. I wish I wouldn't had money to invest in Tesla way back when, right? When it was a theory. And also the other aspect, I'm going to hit you another one, is Google. Way back when there was Yahoo, there was AOL, and then all of a sudden, who came along with this? They're coming up with this Google? What's a Google? Ugh, that's a silly word. All the competitors were saying, this is stupid. You're not going to go anywhere. No one's going to remember it. Google. But the thing with Google is, what did it do? Universally, what did all these things do? It made people smile. You made an effect. It created a feeling, a positive feeling inside every person when they encountered it. Whether it's a Dyson, all of a sudden you use a Dyson. That's why you'll see how to sell a Dyson is to get it in somebody's hand. They'll feel the suction. They'll feel the power. They'll go. Same thing with Google. People start talking about Google. And now, what do you say? It's like, what's the capital of Nebraska? Oh, I don't know. Google it. We don't say Yahoo it. We don't say AOL it. We say Google it. And that's just an incredible marketing piece that they came up with. I don't know if they threw it. I have no idea. I wasn't in the boardroom. I don't know anything. And I don't own any Google either. Stock either. So I'm not, but I'm just using these as facts. So all they did is they reinvented it. They reinvented the wheel. So now Google is everywhere. Everybody else is secondary to them. And in fact, this week, the big announcement was, or last Friday, the big announcement was that AOL Messenger, Instant Messenger, is now, they're putting it to rest. Honestly, I didn't even know that AOL was still going. Little secret on that. But as we close out the show tonight, think to yourself, what is your uniqueness? And this is what I go through. I go through a series of different questions with my clients. What is the uniqueness? And we get down to what we really feel strongly about. And sometimes they don't even know it. As I'm having a conversation, I see their eyes get a little bit wider. They sit up taller in their chair, things of that sort. And I go, that's one of your qualities. This is something that really revs you. And this is what we got to, bring out of you. And so sometimes it's not even the qualities that you recognize. So as people give you compliments, write them down. Hey, they said I was very articulate in what I said, or whatever it is. Write down what other people's perception of your uniqueness is. Wow. Whew. How am I going to make it through that condo meeting, huh? But find out what your uniqueness is. Take notes on it. List it down. And if all else fails, if you need someone to help you with it, give me a buzz. Get on my calendar. We'll do a 30-minute brainstorming or discovery session, and we'll get you all set up and running. Clock says, see you later. So till next week, next Tuesday, I'll be back here 6:30, back to my normal time. I promise. And until then, be good, be safe, and enjoy the week. See you later. See you next week. Bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.